Good morning, everyone. This is Roy Spindler coming back at you with yet another chapter in my ongoing series, Propped Up. And today's. That's weird. Why am I in pitch blackness? Well, you see, today's prop requires a little bit of an introduction. Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. I'll be right back. Better? Better. Yes, it is the bat signal from, uh, Batman. One of the most iconic items of the Caped Crusader. But you see, I don't just have one. I have two. Okay. Hey. Yeah, that's right. I got two of them. One for my cousin for Christmas, and the other I had actually ordered for and forgot about it until it arrived a couple of days ago. About a week ago now, I think. Yes, this prop actually comes with some interesting stuff. This lovely little box, and also a little book on the history of the bat signal. Oh god, I don't want to crack the spine. That's painful. Ooh, gorgeous art. Is that Jim Lee? It doesn't say. Basically just a history of how the bat signal's been used over the years. But anyway, yes, the bat signal. So this is going to be both a compare and contrast, this is actually kind of a first because it's going to be a compare and contrast between the one I got myself and the one my cousin got me. Now, my cousin has had this obsession with Etsy recently, and I think it's because he doesn't have to spend as much money on presents when he shops there. He can get you some cheap handmade, not some low effort. Okay, even that sounds mean, but like he can get you stuff that's been made a little more cheaply than the more high quality stuff. Than the branded material. Etsy is a great site. One of my first propped ups. In fact, I think the first propped up I ever did was a Dilophosaurus I got from Etsy. Anyway, so this is the Christmas present my cousin got me. It is a 3D printed model of the bat signal from the Nolan films. And my cousin was like, "Oh, you like the Nolan films better, right?" And I like Dark Knight, but if I want a bat signal, I want a bat signal. Like, this is the bat signal. This is fine, but it's not it's not as interesting. Also, I swear, is that off kilter? It might be off kilter. And then he got it in red. I don't want to complain about a present. I really don't. But, isn't this such a nicer piece? I shouldn't come to that conclusion quite yet. Anyway. A place where this actually does succeed, though, is that it uses wall power, which, as someone who doesn't like constantly changing batteries, I like that a lot. Plus, batteries tend to, rust, basically, in their case. They get that white crud all over them. Whereas this, you plug it into the wall and you're good to go. But I admit that I know a lot of people probably don't like the... Whoa! Oh, this slides out, revealing, oh my god, the hot glued wires. Yeah, that's pretty. Now I'm being mean to whoever made this too. I don't want to be negative about this. Like, it's a Christmas present. You shouldn't be that judgmental about Christmas presents. Maybe I'm just judging because I knocked it out of the park last Christmas. I got everyone everything they wanted. Like, everyone's eyes lit up when I gave them their gifts. The two best, I think, were two of my former coworkers who I'm still friends with. I got one of them a Lego set of Amelia Earhart because he loves Lego sets, and I was like, well, he's got a lot of like spaceships and stuff. Maybe he could do like a museum of aviation type thing with his stuff because he's a biology teacher, so he's got like, so he keeps a lot of his stuff. Like, okay, in the awning on his classroom, he has an $800 Titanic set from Lego. And he just keeps that in his classroom. Brave man. I'd lock that shit up tighter than Fort Knox. Anyway. Now, this is powered by 3 AAA batteries. I literally just opened it, so I don't know how long it'll last, but it doesn't have a diminished light. I believe it's an LED, same as that one, so it can do a lot with very little. Now let's talk about design, because you can't really talk about the bat signal without talking about how it performs. And here, let me see if I can get it. Okay. Well, it shows up pretty okay right now, but it gets very blurry very fast. Whereas this one, let's see if we can do a side-by-side here. Good Lord, it creates such a much bigger... I'm holding these about the same distance. Oh, this is like the Batman and Robin logo from '97. I love it. This looks like a very, Nolan-specific bat signal. This looks like the bat signal. Look at that. That is beautiful. And, because it is a bigger flashlight, bigger cylinder or whatever you call it, it does project a lot better. And, there is a big benefit to having a rounded insignia versus this. And, yes, the Nolan films are good. The Nolan films are great films. Dark Knight is easily in the top 3 Batman films. Maybe even top 2. I'm not sure. I waffle... I'm waffling a lot even now. I really love Batman Returns. Batman 89 is okay. I think it's a little... Batman 89, I think, is a little too... I don't know. It's weird that I do kind of prefer Batman Returns to 89 because Batman Returns is such a much weirder film, but I think, it's the closest, and I said this before, it's the closest Burton ever actually got to being like German expressionist films that he constantly apes from. Also, Batman Returns is an adaptation of A Christmas Carol. Penguin shames Max Schreck using his past. Catwoman is a symbol of his flawed present because she's, a woman he just tried to murder. Also, she's kind of his Bob Cratchit. And then Batman, the stoic shadow, is future. He's basically one of the last things Shrek sees before he dies. Like, think about it. Shrek dies right after finding out Batman is Bruce Wayne. He is Batman, you idiot. Not anymore. Anyway. Do you know that some people think that, like, are trying to say now that Christopher Walken helped Robert Wagner kill Natalie Wood because they had like they had a romantic thing going, and it's like, no, that's not it at all. And like, I don't know if I'm not gonna weigh in on that right now. But this is such a good piece, and God bless my cousin. He tried. He tried his hardest. Also, you can't rotate this in its thing because it's got is that an octagon? Yeah, it's an octagon. It's got an octagonal pivot here, so you have to pull it out and readjust it like that. Whereas with this, it's on a swivel base. It goes up and down. All of the electronics are encased in the signal. And like, I hate bad-mouthing my cousin's present, but like, I need him to stop going to Etsy. Buy people stuff from, like, you work. He buys stuff that it's clearly cheap. And the problem is, I think in his effort to save a buck, he ends up spending more. I don't know what exactly this is, but similar signals to it that I saw were going for like $80 on Etsy. And I let this be a lesson in the failure of thriftiness. In trying to not do the actual thing that someone wants, you completely screw up. This would be a really fun thing for this would be a really fun thing to print out and build yourself as a kid. But a fully assembled thing that I have as an adult that's already showing signs of wear and tear. All right, look at the flaw on that print in the back there. Good Lord. This was $40 total. You want to know what I got my cousin for Christmas? Here, let me go grab it quick. You know what this is? This is the scarab from the recent Blue Beetle movie. It's a big honkin' piece of jewelry with magnetic backs so that you can use it for cosplay. $60. I spent $60 on this. He couldn't even spend $40 on me. I don't know how much this was. I hope it wasn't $60 because that would be stupid. Let me put this back quickly. Look at the size difference. Look at the light difference. Look at the portability. Like, the most flawed thing about this is I gotta put batteries in it and I gotta screw on the back. It is metal. It is die-cast metal. It's beautiful. It's well designed. It performs its function flawlessly. It comes with reading material. Like, if you are going to hand make a prop for if you are going to make a prop, make sure if you're, okay, how do I want to say this? Never outsource a prop to someone else for someone else. Like, I'm trying to, like, that's what I want to say, but, like, how do I say that better? Like, okay. When someone asks you for something, unless you're going to make it yourself, don't outsource it to. Don't try to homebrew this stuff. Actually, put in the if you're not going to put in the effort yourself, that is where the oh, there's a little battery warning here, or a little warning about how this thing does follow FCC regulations. If you were going to hand make something, or if you were going to give a handmade gift, make it yourself. Don't outsource that stuff. This this is a problem my cousin has had for a while now, where he buys garbage, absolute garbage. He gave me for my birthday last year, or 2 years ago, or in 2022. He gave me 3 vials of food-colored water, labeled Smilex, Venom, and Poison Ivy, pheromones. When I hand make a gift, I put my all into it, and I don't outsource handmade gifts. This is outsourcing a handmade gift. You don't buy this for someone else. You buy this for yourself. And you pray to God that no one cares how cheap it looks when you're displaying it. I don't know. My cousin has the same problem my dad does. He refuses to interact with you on a level you want to interact with, or you want to be interacted with on. He has to look at things through his own lens. And he said, oh, well, I thought you'd like the Nolan one better. No, not with the bat signal. The bat signal is the most comic booky part of Batman. That they can project a spotlight into the sky that shows off an effing bat sigil. I want something that looks cool. I want this to be in the night sky. Not an advertisement for Nolan. For the Nolan films. The only part of the Nolan films I really like are the villains anyway. I could give 2 figs about the Christian Bale Batman. I prefer, I like Scarecrow. I like Joker. Oh, wait, do I? Wait, what was that? I shouldn't complain to y'all. It's not your fault that this is as bad as it is. I should see if I can put a bat signal on this. I didn't want this to become like a long diatribe about how bad my cousin is at buying presents for people, but like, I've got this like, I have this mantra about gift giving. Giving a present is a sign of empathy. It is showing you that you know this person, you know their wants and needs and desires. I felt so nervous about getting my cousin that beetle, that scarab, that I got a PS5 as backup. I was like, okay, if he doesn't like the scarab, we can return it, and I'll still have the PS5 that we share. And I know that's dumb. I know that's a dumb way to look at gift giving. It's the thought that counts, but like, that's literally it. It's the thought that counts. If you weren't thinking about another person, you were thinking, how do I get out of this with the least amount of effort? With the least amount of financial backing. Which is dumb because, like, I guarantee you he overpaid for this. This is perfectly worthy of the $40 price tag. And like, I hate that this basically just became an advertisement for this stupid bat signal toy. But like, that, I don't know. I don't know if this episode's ever gonna make to air. Oh god, I didn't even talk about why the bat signal is what it is. I should leave you on a positive note, so I'll at least say like my thoughts on what the bat signal represents. The bat signal represents hope. It gives hope to the innocent, it strikes fear into criminals. It is a sign that a knight in shining armor is on the way. Well, maybe not shining, but I don't know. The Batmobile is pretty metallic and reflective. But no, like, Batman is such like a chivalric hero, though. He built up this persona through which he inspires people. And I think there is something amazing about that. Like, you know, Gordon in Dark Knight says, like, I just like to remind people that he's out there. But no, that's not what the bat signal should represent. The bat signal isn't just a tool to drive, you know, make people be like, oh, it's Batman, no. No, it should be like, oh my god, thank you, someone is coming. Don't take that out of context. And you know what's, and like, they're one of Batman's few like super powered wards, sidekicks, whatever you want to call them. I think his name is Duke. Is Signal, who has the ability to generate light. He is like, you know, he's that's why he's Signal. He is literally the personification of the bat signal because he can generate light and he dresses in a yellow and black bat suit. Also, fun fact, this is one of the only bat things that's hyphenated. Batmobile's not hyphenated, Batman's not hyphenated, Batarang's not hyphenated, but Bat Signal, for some reason, that's hyphenated. Anyway, I'll leave you off by reading off the iconic, or the thing here. One iconic sign alerts evildoers that Batman lurks in the shadows to protect the streets of Gotham City. The Bat Signal. Call upon the legendary Cape Crusader yourself with this deluxe set. Oh, hey, this came out in 2017. Huh. But yeah, so if you have a Batman fan in your life, this might actually be a good gift for them. Just Unless you're buying, like, posters or something, don't go to Etsy. This is Royce Miller. I'm sorry that this has just been 20 minutes of me rambling about how much I think how insufferable my cousin is. Y'all have a good one. I'm outie.